WAAY 31 News at 6.
Tracking your next weather maker that moves in just in time for Thanksgiving. I'll have all the details for you coming up.
It is the busiest travel time of the season. I'm WAAY 31 weekend anchor Rob Sneed. I'll tell you what AAA says you need to do to make sure your holiday travel is a safe one.
The latest on the Huntsville Housing Authority's plan to redevelop the Mill Creek area downtown, plus when they're expected to get started on the work. Thanks for joining us for WAAY 31 News at 6. I'm Tori Dunnan. Tonight, our team is getting you ready for the Thanksgiving holiday, whether you're flying, you're driving, or if you're staying right here in North Alabama. Our biggest question, how is the weather going to impact all of this? So Amber, we know you've got a lot to talk about based on that list right next to you.
Yeah, I got a lot happening weather-wise as we head into the next week here. So our next weather maker is a cold front will move through as we head into the evening hours tomorrow. Along that cold front, a low wind severe risk. I'll give you my thoughts on that coming up in just a few minutes. But behind it, though, it's going to leave us with much colder weather as we head towards the weekend. Right now, though, 31 triple Doppler is quiet and dry across the Tennessee Valley. It will remain that way as we head into the overnight hours tonight. Sun has set in Decatur and things are quiet. Look at this temperature, though. We were in the 50s just an hour ago, already at 46. Northeast wind at 5 miles per hour. Winds will continue to die down during the overnight hours tonight and will remain calm for first thing tomorrow morning. Here's a look at the rest of the Tennessee Valley as far as temperatures are concerned. It's 50 right now in Huntsville, 49 in Muscle Shoals, 43 in Moulton and Coleman at this hour, 48 degrees in Gunnersville. And temperatures will continue to fall into the middle 40s, even right at 40 by 10 o'clock tonight. We'll end the night in the 30s before we warm as we head into tomorrow afternoon. I'm tracking that cold front for tomorrow night and some very cold temperatures just in time for the weekend. I'll have those details for you coming up.
This holiday season, travel is at an all-time high. AAA says nearly 80 million people plan to travel for Thanksgiving. WAAY 31 weekend anchor Rob Sneed is now live on I-565 in Madison. And Rob, you spoke with people who are already gassing up their cars and getting ready to go. What'd they say?
Already getting ready to go, Tori. And as you mentioned about those drivers make up about 90% of those traveling this holiday season. So I did speak with the man. He is headed to Mississippi. He says that he's looking forward to the drive. He just hopes that folks follow the rules of the road. Between holiday traveling and events like Black Friday and college football games, AAA says more cars are on the roads. And AAA says you must give yourself enough time to travel. Give yourself at least 50% more time to get to your destination. AAA also says be patient on the road. And again, that driver I spoke with headed to Mississippi, he says he's looking forward to seeing his family. But one thing he does not like is just inconsiderate drivers.
I'd say maybe people who are slower in the left lane, you know. I tend to obey traffic rules. I don't speed too often, but yeah, I'd say, you know, people are taking their leisurely time or, you know, kind of blocking the lane with someone next to them. You know, people got places to go.
And if you are flying, AAA recommends arriving at least 3 hours before your departure time to navigate security and ticket lines. And if you are driving, AAA says common issues include flat tires, dead batteries, and engine problems with vehicles. So check your car to make sure it doesn't have any of those issues. And also tonight, AAA says the average price for gas in the state is about $2.76, but nationwide, we are definitely below average. The nationwide average is about $3. Reporting live in Madison with coverage you can count on. Rob Sneed, WAAY 31 News.
Well, Thanksgiving air travel is already breaking records. Right now, there are about 2,300 U.S.-related flights, delays, or cancellations. That's according to FlightAware. Weather is threatening several major airport hub cities across the nation. Laura Aguirre brings us more.
While we know everyone wants to get to their final destination as quickly as possible, Our priority is to get you there safely.
The head of the FAA urged air travelers to pack their patience this week, the busiest Thanksgiving travel period on record, with TSA expected to screen more than 2.8 million passengers Tuesday. That ticks up Wednesday, then tops out with more than 3 million people taking to the skies again Sunday.
If we are short on staff, we will slow traffic as needed to keep the system safe.
Flight disruptions were relatively minimal early in the day, but the FAA says there could be an air traffic controller staffing shortage starting in the afternoon at New Jersey's Newark Airport, touching off one of those operational slowdowns, causing a potential ripple effect for flights all along the East Coast. Then there's the weather. Out west, a second atmospheric river-fueled storm is hammering parts of the region, delivering high-elevation snow across Nevada and Colorado and flash flood risks to central and southern California. For Wednesday's busy travel day, a new storm starts to organize over the Central Plains and Mississippi Valley, bringing a mix of snow and rain into parts of the Midwest, Northeast, and Appalachian Mountains, before moving across the coastal states on Thanksgiving Day. On a brighter note, this cost-saving tip for your next trip.
Because Travel Deal Tuesday, this year it's Tuesday, December 3rd. We expect to see good deals on airfare for Christmas, New Year's. There you'll get some incredible deals on airfare, hotels, even rental cars.
With coverage you can count on, I'm Laura Aguirre for WAAY 31 News.
If you're looking to lend a helping hand this holiday season, look no further than our local Salvation Army. They're looking for volunteers to help with their Red Kettle campaign, delivering donations and also serving meals to those in need. The Huntsville Salvation Army says they've lost so many volunteers since the pandemic, but now is a better time than ever, they believe, to volunteer.
We just want you to think about all the good that can happen. It's been said that you can't do a good deed without feeling good. And so if you're feeling down in the dumps, especially at Christmas, maybe you're a little depressed, maybe this is a hard Christmas for you, get out and help your fellow man, and it will truly, truly, truly help your Christmas season go a lot better.
Of course, the holidays are quite a busy time. If you're unable to volunteer, don't worry. Major May says they also need volunteers in the winter months following the holidays into the springtime. Well, if you went grocery shopping today, you may have seen some special guests. Take a look. Food City in Albertville partnered with United Way today for their celebrity bagging event. Some local celebrities stepped in to help bag groceries and encourage customers to donate to United Way. An update now on the Mill Creek redevelopment project in Huntsville. The agencies involved in the massive project are helping residents start the registration process now. WAAY 31 reporter Jim Abbott now joins us live. And Jim, that's a hopeful sign for the people who live in that area.
Yeah, Tori, it certainly is. I talked with several who saw the land being cleared a few years ago and are now very anxious to see the new buildings go up. But as you said, Urban Strategies, one of the partner agencies, they are on site right now getting information from residents and helping them fill out the special forms. Of course, this is the massive redevelopment project bordered by Governors, Seminole Drive, and Clinton Avenue in Huntsville. Besides the residential units, the Mill Creek project promises improved health care and child care. Brittany Lee lives there now and is certain that will make a big difference.
I'm just excited for everything. The child care program that they've provided so that we have providers on deck when the child care facilities do go up. I think that's a plus for a lot of the residents that do want to work but can't because they don't have child care. So that's one of the main things I'm very excited about.
Lee's advice for neighbors who are frustrated with the timeline: go to the town hall meetings for updates. The Huntsville Housing Authority believes they are on track to break ground the middle of next year. Live in studio with coverage you can count on, Jim Abbott, WAAY 31 News.
Tonight, we're hearing from the company contracted to build a rock quarry in Limestone County. This development is unwelcome to a number of community members who fear the health risks it poses. Jason Black with Grayson Carter and Son says this rock quarry will have a positive impact on the people of Belmina.
This will be for industrial, this will be for roads, this will go into asphalt, and it's also going to provide agricultural stem where we'll have lime that actually comes from this, and there's a need for lime across North Alabama too for the farmers' field.
Black says they have no immediate plans for blasts, something community members have expressed some concerns about because of the noise. A local reverend there says he will continue to fight for his community and take this case against the contractors all the way to federal court. The day after Thanksgiving is a busy day for retailers across the country, but it's also a busy day for plumbers. Why Thanksgiving plumbing problems can blow your shopping budget and how to avoid that.
Oh, it's quiet right now across our area, but our next storm system's starting to take shape out west. I'll have all the details you need to know coming up.
Coverage you can count on. This is WAAY 31 News at 6 with Tori Dunnan, Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle, and Sports with Max Cohan.
New at 6, as you prepare for Thanksgiving, plumbers apparently are also getting ready for one of their busiest days of the year, the day after. WAAY 31 evening anchor Marie Waxel takes a look at the do's and don'ts when it comes to cleaning up that holiday meal.
A lot of times you may see the workload double, especially the day after and even up to a week after Thanksgiving.
Justin Corey is a master service technician with Dean & Son Plumbing Company in Huntsville. He says the biggest culprit around the holiday is
improper disposing of grease. If you don't put grease down the drain, per se, put it in a metal container and let it solidify and then drop it in the trash.
But that's not the only thing you shouldn't put down the drain.
And if you've got any food remnants left on the plate, make sure they go in the trash can. Don't put them down your sink, because disposals these days do not chew food up, they mash it up, and that can cause a lot of problems.
According to Yelp, national searches for emergency plumbing on the day after Thanksgiving surged 65% last year. That's compared to the 2 weeks leading up to Thanksgiving. Still, drains aren't the only issue that plumbers face. Corey says even if it says flushable on the package, don't put it in the toilet.
Flushable wipes are not that flushable, so just use regular toilet paper, and not a lot of it, just a little bit.
With coverage you can count on, Marie Waxel, WAAY 31 News.
Well, experts also recommend checking the weather. If freezing temperatures are expected, you can prevent potential issues by allowing faucets to drip slightly. That may help keep your pipes from freezing.
Now, WAAY 31 Storm Tracker meteorologist Amber Kuehling with 31 Triple Doppler.
Side note before the weather. Last holiday season, my then 3-year-old flushed a bunch of toys down the toilet.
Oh my goodness.
And all the sewage came up into the house on the holidays. It was a special one.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, there you go. That story just reminded me of that. So.
Oh, goodness.
How about the weather?
Well, we got a wide variety of weather over the next week, from storms tomorrow night to very cold temperatures by the weekend.
All right. We'll be ready.
Let's go ahead and talk about it. Here's what you can expect over the next week. I'm tracking a cold front that will move through tomorrow night. And along that front, we could see a low-end severe risk, but I'll give you my thoughts on that coming up in a few minutes. Other than that, though, afterwards, we are left with some very cold air just in time for your weekend. So let's go ahead and talk about what you can expect this evening. It's 50 right now in Huntsville, 46 degrees in Decatur at this hour, 49 in Muscle Shoals, and 48 in Gunnersville. As that sun continues to set, and over the next few hours, we're going to watch these temperatures fall even more into the 30s for your overnight temps, and our winds will go light overnight tonight, so some areas could wake up to some frost tomorrow morning. Looking at 37 for your temperature overnight tonight in Scottsboro, 35 in Rainsville, 35 in Fort Payne, 38 in Collinsville, 36 in Hazel Green, 37 in Huntsville, 37 down in Faultville, 37 in Decatur as well, 37 in Florence, 37 in Russellville, and 37 in Cherokee for your overnight low tonight. So again, if you do have to work tomorrow morning, or maybe you're trying to hit the road early tomorrow, may have a little frost on that windshield, so be prepared for that before you hit the roadways. Right now, though, things are quiet on 31 Triple Doppler, and we will stay that way through the overnight hours tonight. But that wider view across the United States, that cold front that moved through last night already in the Gulf of Mexico. But our next system starting to take shape out west near the Four Corners region, and that's what's going to bring our next cold front through here tomorrow night. Before we get there, though, it will be a warm day for your Wednesday, warming into the 60s. If you enjoy the nice warm weather, take advantage of those 60s tomorrow, because we're not going to see them again for at least the next 10 days. Now, here is what we're looking at through the rest of the evening. We'll stay quiet. A few clouds move through during the overnight hours tonight. Quiet to start you off on Wednesday. By Wednesday afternoon, more cloud cover starts to build into the area. By 7 o'clock, scattered showers across the area as well. And then that broken line of showers and a few thunderstorms moving into the shoals by 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Finally into the Huntsville Metro by 1 a.m. And again, it's coming in during the overnight hours, so our instability will be much lower than what we would see if it came in during the afternoon hours. As we move into 3 a.m., moving into Sand Mountain, and then it's out of here by the time you're waking up on Thursday morning. But the Storm Prediction Center does have the area under that marginal risk of seeing a strong or severe thunderstorm or two as this line moves through. Our main threats will be gusty winds with any of these storms that do develop tomorrow night, so just giving you a little heads up for that, and I'll be here watching it as it moves through the area. Now, your Thanksgiving Day, we're left with the 50s behind this front, but even colder than that as we head towards the start of December. This is December 2nd through 6th, very cold air in place, and by the time you're waking up Saturday morning, will be in the 20s and only warm into the 40s for afternoon highs. And it's not just Saturday. Cold air stays with us as we head into the start of next week. Coldest day by far will be Monday. Max?
Rivalry week really starts to heat up when players start talking about each other. We'll show you what the Tide and Tigers are saying next in sports.
Now, WAAY 31 Sports with Max Cohan.
Auburn linebacker Marcus Riddick said that he could beat you in a race, or that he's just faster than you. Just anything to comment on that if you know about him?
I don't even know who that is, but I mean, let him talk.
There is truly nothing like rivalry week in college football. With the Iron Bowl just days away, Tide and Tiger players have taken the mic, some giving their hot takes on the other team. When asked today about the comments Auburn defensive back DeMarcus Riddick has made about him, Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe said let him talk, but no one was stopping Riddick from talking yesterday.
Ryan Williams is Ryan Williams. I mean, yeah, he's electric, he's all this and that, but in my eyes, he ain't really nobody to me. Ryan Williams is himself. He ain't no big time player to me. Like I said, Bama is a big rival team. Every rival team I played, I never lost to. And I will not lose to Bama while I'm here. I mean, he is a good quarterback. He's fast, but I mean, he's not faster than me. I'm pretty as that. Like, he will not get out that box this week.
Of course, we'll see who can back up the talk on Saturday, and you can watch the Iron Bowl right here on WAAY 31. But tonight, Tide fans won't have to wait long to see Alabama in another big game. The 9th-ranked Tide will take on number 6 Houston at 7 in Las Vegas as part of the Players Era Festival, and Nate Oates knows that his guys will be put to the test by one of the best.
one of these games, if you don't bring it, they can embarrass you, and we're going to have some men really step up. I mean, it's a man's game, and we've made that point to our guys, and I think we'll be ready to go.
Now, last season, the Auburn Tigers won the SEC tournament. This year, they've only played 5 games, but they've won them all. And even though the Tigers have had a turbulent start to the season off the court, it hasn't impacted their play. Earlier this month, the shorthanded squad took down number 4 Houston in Texas. Then last night at the Maui Invitational, they won a thriller against number 5 Iowa State on Janai Broom's tip-in, giving them 2 top 5 wins in their first 5 games. And while it's the second major win of the season for his squad, head coach Bruce Pearl says they aren't celebrating it.
Well, one of the things that we talk about with Auburn basketball is to try to make history. And we're very proud of the history of Auburn basketball and some of the great players like Charles Barkley or Chuck Person, or great coaches like Sonny Smith and Cliff Ellis. And this is our second top 5 win in the non-conference in the history of Auburn basketball. Not since 1990, when Kansas did it, as a team started 5-0, including 2 top 5 wins. So to this point, we've made history, but we're not celebrating.
And the Tigers will be looking to make some more history tonight as they face yet another ranked squad in number 12 North Carolina. Tip from Hawaii is set for 10 o'clock. So even though it's 10 o'clock, I bet they're going to have better weather than we are having here.
Well, it's Hawaii.
Yeah. I mean, anything's better in Hawaii.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
Here, though, it is going to be chilly if you're headed out this evening. We will be in the 40s and eventually dropping into the 30s for overnight lows. Now, tomorrow will be on the mild side with temperatures in the 60s, but watching that cold front that moves through overnight, bringing with it that chance of a few storms and then very cold air as we head towards the weekend. 48 both Saturday and Sunday for your high. Overnight lows in the 20s and 30s. The coldest day will be Monday. So if you're headed back to work on Monday, that's only going to make it worse with temperatures topping out right at 40. Some of us stuck in the 30s.
Well, Thanksgiving looks a little bit better, though.
Yeah,
so
Thanksgiving looks okay.
What is that, glass half full right there? All right, have a great night. See you back here later on.